Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Gringo Show. Great to have you with us. Let's get right to the news. The 787 jet purchased by former President Enrique Peña Nieto for $200 million, then parked and not used by current President Andrés Manuel López Obrador due to its high cost, can now be rented. So if you're considering that pesero for your next birthday party, think again. How awesome would that be to rent the presidential plane? Be like flying in style, celebrating a quinceañera. Love it. Maybe AMLO can fly it for you. And at the same time, they can record Airplane 3, AMLO flies to Felipe Angeles Airport, right? Ouch! God, I just got smacked by an audience member. Why did you do that?
Keep my president's name out of your mouth.
What? But I was just talking about a movie.
Keep my president's name out of your mouth.
God. Jeez. I guess we can't talk about Bruno, Jada Smith, and here in Mexico, we can't talk about AMLO either. But seriously, there are some people who get really angry if you say anything about the president. And that's not good in a democracy where we have an inherent right and a responsibility to question and criticize our elected lawmakers. Or we're going to be like Russia, who is right now dismantling the free independent press and censoring information. But maybe there are people that want Mexico to be more like Russia. The Russian invasion of Ukraine is entering its second month, and it seems that Ukraine is gaining momentum. US President Joe Biden traveled to Europe last week to make his case for why Ukraine and its allies are morally correct in this war, and even called Russian President Vladimir Putin a butcher. Meanwhile, butchers everywhere are like, hey, what are you doing? That's not nice. Just trying to do my job. Jeez. AMLO has maintained Mexico's neutrality in this conflict, but last week when testifying in Congress, U.S. General Glenn Van Herk made an astonishing comment that there are more Russian spies in Mexico than anywhere else in the world.
I would point out that the largest portion of GRU members in the world is in Mexico right now. Those are Russian intelligence personnel, and they keep an eye very closely on their opportunities to have influence on U.S. opportunities and access.
Then AMLO in his press conference denied this.
No sé, no tenemos información sobre eso. Y sí, no impedimos a nadie, a ningún extranjero que quiera llevar a cabo actividades legales en el país, que lo pueda hacer.
He was like, what? War, spies? What are you talking about? All I know is that I had to park behind someone from the Russian embassy in my apartment building, and he always knew when I was always home. I don't know why. At the same time, some members from Morena and the PT from the Mexican lower house formed a Mexican-Russian Friendship Committee last week and allowed the Russian ambassador to Mexico to address the group, even though Mexico voted with 140 other countries to condemn the invasion. In response, another friendship was formed between Mexico and the US, invoking memories of our childhood when you decided either to hang with the jocks or the band kids. Weird, right? So even if the actual war is being fought 10,000 kilometers away, don't be naive and know that there is another kind of war being fought right here, a war of ideology and alignment. On to other news, we reported last week that mayor of the municipal government of Cuauhtémoc was suspended because of accusations that she assaulted 2 police officers in her office. Last week, she reached a settlement to return to office by paying 30,000 pesos to the police officers and issued an apology to them. Kind of, sort of an apology. Kind of like a Justin Bieber apology.
I take every single piece of the blame if you want me to. You know that there is no innocent one in this game.
She said that she apologizes but doesn't accept the facts, and then the police came out this weekend and said they don't accept her apology. And then a judge on Tuesday ruled that her apology wasn't enough. We have like a level, apology meter, like this is a 6 out of 10, you know? And I just say, can't we just all have a big group hug and move on? Remember, abrazos, no balazos. And also remember that pothole in front of my apartment, still not filled. Hello, anybody working? So everyone on the planet is talking about Will smacking Chris, especially the tias. You know that network of chattering ants that knows everything before it happens? They were like, oh yeah, I see that every night on Canal 2, especially in this particular telenovela, No hables mierda de mi esposa. But what we should be talking about in Mexico is how our country continues to win at the Oscars. Actor Eugenio Derbez was part of the supporting cast in the Best Picture winner Coda. He played this role of the oppressed choir teacher with a huge ego. And spoiler alert, if you saw the movie, do you remember the scene where he's yelling at the poor teenager who was struggling helping her parents, and he was berating her? He's like, "You're late! Why are you late? You're wasting my time!" I guess he's a better actor than I am, I don't know. But you've seen that scene, you know what I'm talking about. It was a little awkward. But now the funny thing here is that AMLO didn't congratulate Derbez because earlier in the week, Derbez, along with other artists, were criticizing the president for his Maya train that could potentially cause ecological harm in the jungles of the Yucatan Peninsula. So let's add Eugenio Derbez to the list of people or entities that AMLO hates. But I get it, AMLO, you're not going to congratulate anyone on your shit list, so let me do it for you, Mr. President. Congratulations, Eugenio. Congratulations. And finally, it looks like the US and Mexico will qualify for the World Cup after all. After tying last week at Azteca, both teams picked up critical wins this week to qualify for the tournament. The US missed the cup in 2018, and everyone in Mexico was being malinchista and made an appearance in these past few weeks as everyone thought the Selección Mexicana would screw everything up and that the coaches and the players should be fired and all that business. Well, relax. Mexico qualified. I can't wait for November, and if Mexico doesn't do well in Qatar, there's always the World Baseball Classic in 2023. Right, AMLO? Baseball. That does it for this edition of The Gringo Show. If you like us, please follow us on Facebook and YouTube. If you don't like us, it's okay. Calmate. Hush, little viewer, don't say a word. Danny's gonna find you another Facebook page. The Gringo Show reads the papers, follows Twitter, and stays in touch with what's happening and reports it back to you in English so you don't have to dig it out yourself. We'll see you next week.
Gringo, Mexico is laughing thanks to you.